Okay, so there's a concept that I wanted to talk to you about really quickly. It's called, that I'm writing a book on actually right now. It's called the Trading Performance Triangle. So I did a presentation last night and yesterday concerning performance. And so one of the goals of Tribe Forex is that our clients develop track records for themselves. Okay? So what does it mean to develop a track record? A track record means your trading record. So when people can look at your trading record and see how you've performed, that's what you want, and also for yourself. So if you develop a track record for yourself, even though you decide that you don't want to manage money per se, some people in here want to manage money, some people don't, right? Some people in here are interested in leveraging their skill and leveraging their knowledge, and some people are not. But either way, if you are, if you're not, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're trying to make money, but really making it in the right way. So Tribe Forex strategies are actually, they're developed in a way that is conducive to you developing the kind of accounts that people like to see. You know, lower drawdowns, more of an incremental increase in your account equity, and that sort of thing. Okay? And also capital explosion when the market gives us an opportunity. Nice sizable moves to the upside. So I'm going to give this a few minutes as far as the Aussie dollar, and I'm going to actually take a look at that PowerPoint that I actually just completed. So this is something that I call the performance triangle. Okay? And so basically the core concept of the performance triangle is that there are three things that need to be in place in order for you to be a successful trader, okay? For you to trade well. It's a part of our blueprint to success in Forex. And these three core concepts, or these three legs, if they're in place, you're most likely going to have performance, meaning that you're going to be a high performer in Forex, and that's what I found. So if there is a loss of power in your trading, look at these three legs. There's a breakdown in one of these three legs, whether it be strategy, whether it be execution, or whether it be what we call trading integrity. So what I found is, historically speaking, is that there's usually a breakdown in one of these legs. And so the reason how I came up with this is that in 2012, we traded our Swing Trader Pro for 8 months. So from about May until December, we traded this one software, and I traded it live in front of hundreds of traders. So we had traders on the calls every day, and we also had traders that were we had traders that would watch the recordings after. We had a ton of traders that would watch it afterward, okay, because they couldn't make it. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And every day at 5 p.m., a trade would be taken. Fred, you remember those days. And so that's all I do. I'd get on a call, and I'd watch the software. If we had a signal, it would take a trade on a different currency pair, and that's it. And so anyone who was on the call, I actually opened it up to the general public. Anyone who was on the call would have an opportunity to take that very same trade. Well, when the dust settled at the end of those 8 months, we created an account that went from $150,000 to $344,800 in that vicinity. $827 is what I want to say. Okay, and so what I found was that we had obviously a strategy leg. It had a favorable probability. So the strategy itself worked well. It was working well, had been working in the past, continue to work going forward. So we had the strategy leg good, and then we had execution, which was the automation, which allowed us to take every single trade and to take it flawlessly. Perfect lot size, perfect entry points, perfect stop losses, perfect take profits, right? But then we had some traders who did not have the same results. So how is that possible that you have an automated strategy, you're trading it in front of people daily so they can see the entries for themselves, and then there are people who had just a different result. Now most people, about 90% of traders, got the same result because they had strategy and execution. But what about that group that did not have that? Okay. Yeah, Fred, those were back in the day. Well, that group that did not have it, what were they missing? And so that was what made me go back to really go and really consider what it was going to take to be successful. And actually I found something for myself as much as I did for everyone else. So what was missing is that, yes, you need to have strategy. Strategy has to be high probability, low risk. It has to be battle tested and proven strategy to make sure that it's worked in the past. You got to have execution there, whether it be manual or it be automated, preferably automated, so that it's perfectly taken every single time. But there was a missing component, and it was called integrity. And that's the ability to plan your work and to work your plan. Okay? It's ability to plan your trades, to say exactly how it's going to go as far as your strategy is concerned, and to trade that plan. So let me give you a little bit more information on what that means. So that's integrity. So let me explain to you why integrity is so important and why so many people mess it up. And that's the lack of integrity is why 90% of traders lose money. Okay? It's a big reason why 90% of traders lose money. Trading is actually very simple when you figure it out. So what I found is that people with a winning strategy can still lose money. And it's because of this. So I'm going to talk to you about a concept called the Forex boogeyman, or the Forex monster under your bed. Okay? So there's a monster under your Forex bed. I think I should have said Forex monster under your bed. It's a true story. So have you ever been in the markets and had this kind of result? Right? You've ever seen yourself? This is how I saw myself before. And what I found myself doing is that, so picture this, and this was the scenario that I used to live into. So price would be moving up, and the market makers, they'd be pushing it really, really hard. It'd be moving up, and I'm not in a trade. I don't have a trade planned on that currency pair, but I'm watching it as it runs up. And I'm saying, okay, it's going to turn back around. And it doesn't turn around where I think it's going to turn around. And it's still pushing hard. And it's pushing hard and it's pushing hard. And I begin to looking at this currency pair, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I got to get in on this. It's just going to keep on running. So in the place where I thought it was going to turn back around, it didn't turn around. And so it's just pushing hard. So I decide I got to get in on this trade. I click the buy button. As soon as I get in on the buy, the market turns back around and sells off. Right? That was a scenario that I lived into. And don't tell me that I'm by myself on this, because I know that that we probably all experienced that. And it happens so often and in such a way that it makes you wonder, are these guys really, they must really care about my little bitty account. You've got to really question it. As if someone were looking at your account and saying, oh, he hit the buy. Now I've got a joystick, I'm going to press downward and take price downward. So if that has happened to you, that's what happens to a lot of traders. So why is that? How does that work? No, they're not looking at your account personally. They're actually using mass market reaction. Okay? So basically, you and I as human beings, we have certain reactions. So when someone yells at us, and I used this example yesterday, you're more likely to react in a way. You're either going to withdraw, you're either going to yell back at them, you're going to get offended, There are a myriad of things that you can possibly react in doing. Okay, well, when price is being pushed up in a certain way, 90% of the traders react in the exact same way. And so that is what the Forex market maker is looking for. Okay, so what the Forex market maker is looking for. Okay, and so that's why people have the same result. So here's a news flash. The Forex market maker has no power, even with their gazillions of dollars when they move the market, unless we give it to them. Really simple. So if I don't react to the Forex market maker and I have a plan, a trade plan, and I plan my trade and then I trade my plan, then the Forex market maker has no control over me. So the way that I became uber successful, and this has actually been a process over years, is that I had to get out of my own way so that I could be truly successful as a trader. Now I'm not stressed out anymore. The market does what it's going to do. I take the trades that I say I'm going to trade, and that's it. Right? That's how that looks. Thank you, Mike. All right, so getting back to our Aussie dollar actually went up, hit profit. And so what you're going to notice is I was doing something else. So the Aussie dollar moved up, went through our take profit. You notice now that we only have one trade on for the Aussie dollar. That's because our fixed position actually closed for profit. Now what happened to our trend position? Our trend position actually moved to break even, right? So just above break even. So now we have no more risk on the trade. No matter what happens, we can't lose a dime, right? And if the market runs up and runs all the way back up to our 88.26 entry, then we're going to make nothing but pure profit, right? So that's beautiful. So if you notice here on the Aussie CAD, which is still open for us, we've got a fixed position and we have a trend position. So this Aussie dollar had the same fixed and trend position. We use those fixed and trend positions, number one, so that we can get capital appreciation so the market continually moves up. And then we also use it so that we can have what we call capital explosion when the market is feeling generous and wants to give it to us, which means that it continually moves up with the market if there's a trend. Okay, so the Forex market is the most trending market in the world, more than commodities, more than stock market, more than any other market. So why would I pull my trade off, get my 20 pips, and go about my business and not consider getting that 100 pips that the market really wants to give me? So on this trade, we just took about 10 pips of profit, or 11 pips, something like that, right? We took about 11 pips of profit here on this Aussie dollar, but the market has a lot more to give us. Now we're up 16 pips. Okay? Now if the market wants to give us 16, 20, 30, 50 pips, who am I to say, no, market, you can't give me, whatever it is, 16, 20, 30, 50 pips. Okay? I don't want to do that. So that's what we allow for, and that's what one of the reasons we're able to have such high profit factors. So let me go on with what I was saying here, and let's watch this trade really develop for itself before we take off here, because it's not going to get to our entry points just yet. All right? So I had to get out of my way for success. So let's talk a little bit more about integrity. Casinos have integrity. Now I know what you're thinking. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, the casino industry actually racks up about $85 to $100 billion per year. How do they do that? Well, these guys have been using the same exact model for centuries. It's the same roulette table, same games of chance that they've been playing since, riverboats back in the day. So they've been doing the same thing for quite a bit of time. Okay? So the question is, how are they able to do that and it work? Because the probability of success is definitely in the hands of the house. Okay? So they're looking for long-term profit. The long-term profit is going to go to the house. The long-term predictable outcome is going to go in the direction of the house. It's for us to become that. Okay? Become the house. So by planning your trades and trading your plan, regardless of what it looks like, because the casinos themselves, they have big payouts for, certain players. Certain players are going to win big. But overall, regardless of how big those players win, they keep on blacking out the lights, comping meals, comping hotels, comping drinks, keeping people in front of the machines, keeping people gambling, because they know at the end of the day that they're going to make their money back in the gambling, right? So that's how that works. Do they get freaked out and turn off and close the casino because somebody had a big payout? No, of course not. It's ridiculous. They continually make more transactions and continue to do what they do. So they have a tremendous amount of integrity as far as that's concerned. They just keep playing their game because they know that they have a high probability of success. So as I talked to you before about capital preservation, capital appreciation, and capital explosion, that's what's present for us. Every strategy that we create has to have capital preservation. When you become the house, you're looking at protecting what you have, using proper stop losses and using a strategy that has a low drawdown. Capital appreciation, it's looking to take some profit out of the market at some point, kind of like what we just did here, what you just witnessed. Okay, that 875. Now our trade just took the first take profit, the second position's running. And we also have capital explosion. So capital explosion is where the market takes off, trends in one direction, and whether that, if it's unexpected, and many times it is, being able to walk away from the table with more than you had expected to get. That's capital explosion. So you have a 1% trade that runs off and makes 5%. That's capital explosion. Okay? You have a 2% trade that runs off, for a few days and gives you a 20% return. That happens. Capital explosion. It's Christmas, right? Unexpected money. It's like a lottery. And that's what we're kind of witnessing here. Not necessarily capital explosion, but it's a look at what that looks like. So let's go back to our Aussie CAD. Our Aussie CAD actually is about to hit its first take profit, and you can see the system here work again. And mind you guys, what you're going to notice is that the trades that we've taken here, they were not the trade calls that we had based upon the higher areas of support and resistance. Okay, so they're not as strong, but they definitely were based upon our trading principles. Okay, and this is why Fred was able to call that Aussie CAD the way that he has. Of course, he's also a veteran trader, has been around for a long time. But these are the principles of what we do. The Aussie dollar, same thing. We use trend lines, horizontal support and resistance, reversal candles, our points of decision. You put all that together and all of a sudden you've got possibilities. Okay? So looking at the strategy, this is the strategy that we've been employing. This is the auto rev for the euro dollar. You can see last month we produced 7.94% just on the euro. And it's already up 4.48% this month. It's the equity curve. And obviously, live traded, it works well as well. We did 738 pips last week. And as you can see, one of our traders finished with 21.75, actually 22.69%, which was great. So what we do with our strategies actually does work very, very well. Right? And then it's going to come down to execution. So if you have all of these in line, okay, if you have a strategy that has a high probability of success, it's been back tested, it has been forward tested, it has been battle tested, which means that it's been traded live and has had good results, just the kind of results I've been talking to you about and the kind of results that you just saw in those equity curves. That's the bedrock of success. And if you have a strategy that has historically had that kind of performance, it's more likely going to be strong going forward. Now that is your strategy leg, right? So we have integrity now. We're going to trade our plan. We have our strategy leg. What comes next is execution. And this is what you just saw us, witnessed us use. Okay, execution is going to be us setting up the chart, hitting that horizontal line, okay, and putting a line on our chart and simply hitting auto buy or auto sell. That's what that looks like. So for us, it's going to be checking our trade calls at 7 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday, getting your trade signals from this area, which is the FX Trade Signals area on the home page. You've seen it. Placing a horizontal line on the chart at our trade levels and clicking auto buy or auto sell. You've just kind of seen that. That's the actual auto bias. That's what the auto bias will do. And that thing will take and will actually trade for us there. Okay? You just set the line, say auto buy, auto sell. It's going to look for an opportunity. So when you have all three areas of this, three legs of the triangle, you're more likely to be given towards success. Okay? If you have a loss of power in your trading, if we have a drawdown, I'm going to look at all three legs of the triangle. Have I been trading my plan? Yes, I have. Okay, great. Has my strategy been functioning, or is it functioning in the same way that it has historically speaking? Okay, yes. It's in a drawdown, but it's right in line with where it has always performed as far as drawdowns historically have been. It's performing the way that it should be performing. It's not broken. Great. Have I been executing flawlessly? Yes. Perfect. All right, good. Let's keep trading it. And if there's a breakdown in any of those areas, whether I missed a trade or that sort of thing, then that's what I'm going to want to put in as a structure to make sure that my performance is intact. So if you have a trading integrity issue, one of the structures I put in place for the tribe community is the tribe community. So if you have other traders who are making money and you're looking at other traders make money around you as you're losing because you're taking trades that we never called, and you're not trading according to the strategy, then just by having other people around you who are doing well, it's going to make you step up. It's a structure that you put in place to make sure that your integrity is intact. Another thing that we do at Tribe is you can buddy up with people. You can buddy up with a guy or two or have a trading group. We have an English trading group that's being formed right now, which I'm really excited about. Okay? I'm actually going to hang out with these guys. Next time I'm in London, I actually had a meetup with some of our traders in London, which was great. So we have tried quite a bit of traders in actually England. I don't want to say in London, but in England. And they're actually forming a meetup group. And I like to meet my traders all over. But the whole bottom line is that you can buddy up with a trader or with a group, and you guys all be accountability for each other to make sure that your integrity is intact in your trading. All right? And that's a structure you put in place to kind of help you with your integrity, because that's the biggest loser. And if there's a problem in our trading, I've been doing this for almost a decade now, full time. This is what I do. Okay? So, you know, as far as the strategy and the execution, you've left that to me. Can I help you with integrity? I can help you by giving you structures, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to put that thing in. You can only trade your account. I don't trade your account for you. And even if I did trade your account for you, you could still take me off of your account because of a drawdown. So it's always in your hands. So trading integrity is always going to be an issue. All right, so we're getting more of a run up here, guys, on this Aussie CAD. Hopefully we can get to a profit point. So if you have all three of these, that's why the trading performance triangle is so powerful. Because if you really have all three of these areas, you're more likely going to be successful. I don't want to say guaranteed, but from what I can tell, these are the three legs that if you have in place, you're going to have performance. And if what you're interested in is performance, then you know you're going to want to be a part of Tribe Forex. So if you're not a part of Tribe yet, you're going to want to be a part of Tribe. If you're a part of Tribe, guys, then you got to look at if you're not having the same results that we've been having, you've got to look at those areas specifically. Have I been executing properly? Okay, that's good. Software's working properly. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Is the strategy working? Yeah, clearly it's working. We have this equity curve. It's moving up in the right direction, right? It looks like this. The equity curve is not broken, right? So the strategy is working fine. So what's broken? What's missing? Nothing's broken, but what's missing? What's missing is that integrity. If you can put that integrity in, meaning that you take all the trades that you're supposed to and keep doing, you know, planning your trades and trading your plan, you're going to have that kind of success. So it's going to be one of those three legs. Really powerful concept, extremely simple. But when you put it into your trading now you're able to create a track record that's to be envied because you have consistency, greater consistency in your trading. All right, guys. So this was fun. I hope you got something out of this session. As far as our trades are concerned, the ones that we have set up, we have a euro dollar sell that's set up. And we actually had like a triple top formation, a double top right here. I don't know if it's going to get back to 1.2709, but we're going to see if price breaks that high and continues to move up. If we get some news later on today, we'll be back. Dollar Swiss, we've got two areas. We've got a consolidation, so we're looking for a buy at 95. Let's see, where was that buy? I believe it was 95.14. Good. So we've got a buy at 95.14. We'll wait for it there. We've also got a sell on this currency at 0.9637. So we'll wait and see what price does there. Pound dollar, we're still looking for a sell at 1.6127. And the pound yen, we're looking for a trade at 174, a sell at 174.58. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to look for that. And when it presents itself to us, we're going to take it. That's it. That's all we got. Does anyone have any questions before I step out of here? Because we've been here for an hour and a half. Our trades are not anywhere close to where we want them to be. Okay? So if you have any questions, let me know. Now, the opportunity I do see is for the pound yen. It looks like the pound yen could get to our sell point, perhaps in the New York session. So we'll be back at the New York session. Guys, even if you don't have time to come back here, you don't need me for this. You got the software. We put the line on the chart. It's going to take whether you and I are here or not. This is just so that we can kind of hang out and ask questions as they come up for us. All right, and so we do this once a week. just for that purpose, so that people can really get something for themselves. And really we can keep in contact. Now obviously we're keeping in contact on the website too. People are posting right now at Tribe Forex, right? You can write to me all the time. If you have questions, you hit the support tab right here in red in the lower left hand corner, right? Awesome, William. I hope you're in the room with us right now. He just posted that he's excited about the website. So guys, contribute to the website, contribute to people around you. I take this very, very seriously. We like positive energy here. You know, we like people who are positive minded and who are ready to roll up their sleeves and get to work, right? If you're one of those people, then you know, we want you here at Tribe. If you're not already a member, if you are a member, come on, contribute as people begin to post their own trades. That's what you want to do. All right, guys, I think that's about it. If you have a question, okay, looks like I have a question here. Okay, so the intro slide that I'm talking about, where it's going to give you the video for the intro, it's going to give you the download right away, and it's going to tell you how to take the first trades. I have that for you. Hold on one second. So if you're already a 7-day trial member, you'll be able to get that. I'm going to send it to all of you. So when I send it to you, just if you're a 7-day trial member, you'll get it. Mike, I'll actually be back a little bit later. In fact, let's talk for a second right now before I go. So I've got to get some sleep at some point here, because I haven't, with all these seminars and that sort of thing, I haven't slept very much. About an hour and a half is what I'm going off of. So let's talk about that. No, let's talk now in just a little bit. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for this session. Not a tremendous amount that we can do here, but on a lighter note and really something to consider is that I'm glad our Aussie dollar and our Aussie CAD have actually gone in the right direction. These are not sanctioned trades. These are not official trades. They're trades that we just took so that we could demo what was going on here, guys. So look at the actual trade calls that we have on the website, set up your line, and whether it be the auto rev or the auto bias, and we'll see how that goes. I'll see you guys back in the New York session in a few hours at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Talk to you then. All the best. Bye-bye.